Wim Wenders, Charm. Who are you, Wim Wenders? I haven't seen any of your movies after 1984. With Paris, Texas, you chased for me to make movies. You are no longer. You are like a phantom, like a legend, like a lost childhood. 1984, I was 19 years old. The movies of Wim Wenders always had something easy in itself. To me always another director comes to mind, François. Like him, his films have a certain charm. It's difficult to describe, like a balmy summer evening, or as after summer rain. Even if they deal with cancer and dying, they are human, deeply human. I think like Truffaut, he loves people deeply. His early films by young German directors. With Herzog, for example, I never had use for, early or late films. Why he did movies with Viet Kinski remained obscure to me anyway. Disappointing was only that also to him nothing comes to mind about her than naive with naked breasts. 2 movies. Nick's film, Lightning Over Water, one of the tenderest movies I know. It was impressive to see how Wenders shows Nicholas Ray in dignity. Nothing is whitewashed, nothing slips off into kitsch. I cried a lot. Joan Crawford, never she was more beautiful than in a white dress sitting at the piano. It was nice to see when the two were talking. One passage shocked me. Ray asked for the budget of Hammett, Wenders directing for Coppola. As Wenders told him the sum, he only said that he could do a movie for a fraction. Failure? Is it failure? Alternative? Arrange with the system? Dignity? Nicholas Ray also won Harper Wells. He had an affair with Joan Crawford. How beautiful she was. I see the chunk as she puts out to the ocean. Slow boat to China. Paris, Texas. The definition of road movies for me. How impressive the characters are created. As few words as often requires. Silence and vastness. Desire and aspiration. The dream to drive on the externally straight road, only desert. For hours no car comes your way, for hours not a single house, only one single ocean of sand, only the music. And this time she also got a just beautiful character. When she, with her blonde hair and the woolen sweater, the terrible red lips, the so beautiful empty face, presents herself as a commodity. Then this disturbed me then. Today I feel only grief. Grief due to there's so many stupid movies. The large number of possibilities. How much you all have in common. You all have tried to realize your dreams, have created marvelousness. To measure you all by that what not succeeded, failed, had to fail, how perverse and ridiculous this would be. Only people of your kind are capable and justified to judge on you all. The others should silence, marvel, and be grateful. François, Ease. Who are you, François? Your films are so delicate, so elegant, should I say feminine? Your women, in each I fell in love, especially Natalie Baye. She's like Joanna Newsom before I started to listen to her songs accurately. Her smile, she always smiled, is so beautiful, so gentle, so tender. And Fanny Ardant, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Elegance and beauty received their definition in her. And your stories. You are a wonderful storyteller. You and Wim Wenders. You I could spend hours listening to. 1983, I was 18 years old. The movies of François Truffaut always had something charming in itself, like a beautiful woman in a summer dress who walks through the streets at an easy pace, to incur the glances of the young man who will think of her in the evening, especially also the movies where he himself is to see, the movies in which he bows to the women, but especially the movies in which he embraces the children. Antoine, may I say Antoine? He accompanied me to a certain extent. Quite young, I saw myself in him, misunderstood. Later I would like to be him, with his so much taller, so bourgeois girlfriends. To Jules Chim I could never find a connection. He was my older brother, the one to whom the younger always jealous is. Anne and Muriel, what a beautiful film. He always has told such beautiful stories. These I liked especially. Showed it yet how confusing this world of emotions, of love was. The vows, the senselessness, the hopelessness, the violence, the pain, the screams, the wounds. Was it not just more simple to stay alone outright? Natalie. With her I fell in love immediately, in her smile, her ease, her compassion. The films in which she had a part were always very special films. La Nuit Américaine and especially La Chambre Verte are till today two films that touch me deeply, and she has an important part thereon. The first I looked at, and of course I wanted to make movies. Of course. I feel her scenes are the most beautiful in the whole movie. Reveal so much about filmmaking, more than those with the main actress. They show after all the essence, the quite trivial work. Also I was, and I am in love with her. The second enchants by the depth of feeling, the quiet, the silence, by the nature of Cecilia, the grief, the loneliness, the art and the artist, Julien Lavin. In him I saw myself, see myself in him. How I yearn for them. Isabel. I disliked her pretty much, and he a movie with her. I was impressed by her, the story, the feelings. I would not like to argue Margot, Camille, but I see in this film a climax of her work and his. Funny. Her films I feel no longer such charming as also the one before, but she charmed me. When she sits on the bed with open blouse, this is still one of the most erotic scenes I know. At this time she cast a spell over me, and her smile, her elegance, her beauty. For me she was the epitome of elegant French women, when she goes up and down in front of the basement window. L'homme qui aimait les femmes. To say it straight away, the end is disappointing beyond all measure, but otherwise. It was a revelation for me, the beautiful elegant women, their skirts, blouses, shoes, their hair, their faces, their smile. I fell in love with the film and fell in love with the women. When I walk through a pedestrian mall, I see them as he saw them. Each has her beauty, each her grace, each her desire. Kenji Mitsugushi. Women. Who are you, Kenji Mitsugushi? Only a few of your movies I have seen, but they concern me a lot. not left me alone, like your female characters, your view of art, like your sister. 1956, I was not born yet. The movies of Kenji Mitsugoshi always had something confusing per se, not loud, not fast, silently and slowly, gentle and tender. He showed destinies, women, not bourgeois, not even noble, simple women, marginalized, not longer belonging to the society. And the art, utamaro, compassion. Did he saw his sister later once again? The beginning of 1920 until the end of 1950, years in Japan, years in Germany. I was born 1965. He has shot so many movies, so much realized, so much said, expressed about the women. Victims, too easy. Would the world be different? The question arose not for him, at his time, in his country, in my country today. Does women act differently? Does they are able to act differently? Femininity, womanhood. His women are trapped at the mercy, like his sister, my sister, sibling. Thank you for listening.